then Hi, good afternoon everybody. So today we are going to learn rectangular coil in the presence of uniform magnetic field and the electrical motor. So in the previous class we have seen the motion of a current carrying wire in the presence of a uniform magnetic field. So now let's see here the behavior of a rectangular wire in the presence of a uniform magnetic field. So here let's see there is a uniform magnetic field from left to right. So this is due to a horseshoe magnet or else any current carrying wires. So here there is a rectangular wire. So AB, BC, CD, DA. So here assume that the current is flowing from A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A. Now let's see here what happens in the presence of a uniform magnetic field. So no doubt, so here the side of a rectangular wire AB and CD are perpendicular to the magnetic field. AB and CD are perpendicular to the magnetic field. And BC and DA are making some angle with the magnetic field. Now let's see here. So in what direction the magnetic force acts on AB and on CD and on BC and on DA. Here let's see what is the direction of magnetic force acting on AB. So according to right hand thumb rule, you take the fingers of right hand in the direction of current and then curl the fingers in the direction of uniform magnetic field. Then, so here the thumb represents the direction of magnetic force. So here the direction of magnetic force on AB, the direction of magnetic force on AB is into the plane. Okay. And now let's see here what is the direction of magnetic force acting on CD. So take the fingers of our right hand in the direction of current and then curl into the direction of magnetic field. Then thumb represents the direction of magnetic force out of the plane. Or else let's see from the left hand Fleming's left hand rule. Take forefinger in the direction of magnetic field and middle finger in the direction of current. Then thumb represents the direction of magnetic force on a CD. That means here on CD the direction of magnetic force is out of this plane in this way, and the direction of magnetic force on AB is into the plane. So here these two forces are equal in a magnitude and opposite in a direction. And similarly let's see the direction of magnetic force on BC and DA. On BC also. So let's take the fingers in the direction of current and then curl in the direction of magnetic field. Then thumb represents the direction of magnetic force, that is out of the plane. So here the direction of magnetic force acting on BC is, that is perpendicular to the plane and out of the plane. And here the direction of magnetic force on dA. So take the fingers in the direction of current and curl them into the direction of magnetic field, and thumb represents the direction of magnetic force that is into the plane. Okay, on BC the direction of magnetic force is out of the plane, and dA the direction of magnetic force is into the plane. So because of these forces, here the rectangular Y rotates. Now let's see here why the rectangular Y rotates. Because of these forces. Suppose in order to open a cap of a bottle, what we do? We apply the force in this direction. To open the cap of a bottle, we apply the force on either side of the cap in a opposite direction in this way. On opposite direction in this way. Okay. These two forces are equal in a magnitude and opposite in a direction. And these two forces, the line of action of these two forces passing through different points. So these two forces can rotate the cap of a bottle. These two forces can rotate the cap of a coil. So here also, in the same way, one force is acting into the plane and another force is acting out of the plane. These two forces are also equal in the magnitude and opposite in direction, and moreover, these two forces are acting at two different points, and there are line of action of forces passing through different points. These two forces rotates the coil. So because of these two forces, the coil rotates. Now let's see here, if the direction of a force is unchanged after the half rotation, let's see what happens. If the direction of a force is unchanged after the half rotation, so what happens? The coil rotate, the coil do the half rotation. That means comes in the vertical rotation, and because of inertia, further it rotates. As this side reaches to here and this side reaches to here, still the direction of current in these two wires are in the same direction. Then this magnetic field exerts the magnetic forces in the reverse direction, to the previous case. So because of this, so at very first it rotates in the anti-clockwise direction. After the half rotation, because of unchanged direction of a current, the magnetic field exerts the magnetic force reverse to the previous case. Therefore, the coil rotates in the clockwise direction. That means if the current is unchanged, it rotates half rotation in a clockwise direction and next half rotation in a anti-clockwise direction. Just here this coil rotates in this way and not rotates in the continuous direction. Okay, so what does make to rotate the coil continuously, or else how to make the coil to rotate continuously? Now let's see here. So for this, so we take two half slip rings, one end of the wire is attached to the one half slip ring, another end of the wire is attached to the another half slip ring, and these two slip rings are and these two half slip rings are touches the two brushes B1 and B2. Okay, here slip ring C1 is attached or as soldered with this end of this wire, and C2 is connected to this ring. Now here what happens? Okay, in this case the force acts on this wire is into the plane, and the force acts on this is out of the plane. Because of these two equal and opposite forces, okay, coil rotates. After the half rotation, this half slipper ring come in touch with the brush B1, and this half slip ring come in touch with the brush B2. Then automatically the current directions in the wires changes, so it continues in the same anti-clockwise direction. If this wire comes to in this side, the current direction changes from this direction to this direction. So the wire which is here always experience the force into the plane, and the wire which is here always experience the force in the out of the plane. So because of that, this wire continuously rotates. Here rectangular coil continuously rotate, and here there is a shaft attached to the rectangular coil. Along the rectangular coil, this shaft also rotates, and here we can connect a wheel for an electric motor. So it works. It is the working of electric motor. This is the working of the electric motor. So let's see here what we do here. Here we supply the electric current. When we supply the electric current, by this current, okay, the rectangular coil rotates in the anti-clockwise direction continuously, because this is in the presence of a uniform magnetic field. That means as the current flows through this rectangular wire, this external magnetic field exerts the magnetic force, and because of that magnetic force, this coil continuously rotates. And here there are the two slip rings C1 and C2. These are called as a commutator, and B1, B2 are called as brushes. Here is a battery. So here we supply the electric current, and by this electric current it do the mechanical work. That means here an electric motor converts this electric energy into mechanical energy. Electric motor is a device which converts electric energy into mechanical energy. So this is briefly the working of an electric motor. Okay, thank you.